Hello, welcome to our first try at a podcast with an accompanied video.
We say first try.
yeah. Well, third, fourth, who knows? There might be a sixth, an eighth, a tenth. We'll see how it pans out. I called it the Whitlock experience as I was registering on Podomatic.
The Whitlock experience.
Yeah. It
sounds like a ride at Alton Towers. Not gonna
scary one.
Yeah,
but open to deliberation and we can call it whatever. Maybe if anyone's got a bad name, they can let us know. We're doing like an experimental podcast, just me and Mike kind of having just recording pretty much the conversations that we sort of regularly have in the car about Taekwondo. Obviously, we both do and love Taekwondo and martial arts in general. I know I like talking about martial arts, and I know others do as well. So I thought we'd take advantage of that.
Yeah, let's just hope that they think that we're as interesting as what we think we're.
Probably not.
Probably not. No.
Probably not. But hey ho, we'll soon see.
We're having fun, so
exactly.
That
That's what it's about. It's also another medium for us to have an opportunity to talk about some of our sponsorship. We both are members of Puma Professional United.
Professional Unification of Martial Arts.
I'm sorry, Master Gale. I'm sorry. Already, it's a bad start. But there we are. Yes, we're Puma members of the Puma squad. That is a member of ITF England. We are in the national team for that. Before that, we were in Changenoise ITF, and we've been independent as well. We were competing for a while,
Also, our roots from the TAGB as well.
Oh yeah, we've got our black belts for the TAGB back in April 2000.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah,
just before we split.
Yeah. You were 5 and I was 7 when started. 8, 7, 8.
Oh, it's 5. Yeah.
You were 5 definitely.
Yeah, I started in 94.
Yeah, crikey. Yes, we've been doing it a long time, and we compete a lot. We're lucky we get to travel and represent Puma and our country, etc. In ITF Taekwondo. Obviously, we welcome WTF listeners. People who want to buy. We'll discuss some WTF stuff as well. Obviously, our background is ITF. And through sort of getting to travel and compete a lot, I'm lucky enough to get a little bit of sponsorship here and there. Because obviously, as I'm sure most of you know, it's completely amateur. Nobody pays us to do it. In fact, we pay a lot of money to get kicked and punched in the face for our country. Because we like that. I want to talk about True Warrior. They're one of my kit sponsors, and they're awesome. There's warriorforlife.com is their website. They sell dough box, sparring equipment, kickboxing stuff. All the standard stuff that companies sell, but it's not standard equipment. It's really good equipment. The True Warrior gloves and stuff that I wore at the Holland Cup a couple of weekends ago. They're awesome. They're comfortable. They look wicked. White dough with white sparring equipment. Just I don't care who you are. It looks cool. I think so. If you any instructors that want looking for a different place to get their dough box, they're very reasonably priced. The owner, Mr. De Silva, is a top man. And I guarantee you won't have any problems with ordering or anything like that for him. He's very reliable, very efficient, and just check it out, warriorforlife.com. I'll get on to one of the other sponsors a bit later on. But yeah, what sort of direction do you want to go for us in this podcast?
Well, I like to talk about our own experience of competition circuit as a general. So I feel as if we've got a lot of knowledge in that, and we've got insiders' views rather than kind of external people looking at Facebook and stuff like that. So I wanted to talk about what's going on in our camp, and about the circuits. We'll be reviewing some competitions, and go down that route. But I think we just mentioned the Holland Cup.
Mm-hmm.
That was a recent one which happened on the 60th anniversary of Taekwondo, a couple of weekends ago. So yeah, it'd be a good idea to start there. Mr. Tim Cool's competition.
Top competition.
There was over 500 people.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, over 500 competitors from lots of countries. I think it was in the teens.
Yeah, if it was 11 or 12 countries, something like that.
Okay,
maybe.
just shy of the teens.
Yeah, maybe Tim can correct us.
Yeah, and the standard was quality. I think I had a good kind of 19, 20 in my category. Fought Dutch competitors, Swedish competitors, Norwegian competitors as well. Sure about your category. You had a bigger category than mine, I think.
Yeah, mine was big. I can't remember how many, but I think it was 5 fights to win gold. So yeah, and as I said, like the standards high. Like I think it was really good time for this one, because obviously, 6 weeks before the World Championships, perfect warm up for some of the guys across Europe. It was as I say, it's a good standard every time. And also it was wicked to be competing on Taekwondo-do's anniversary. It's always nice.
Yeah, from a personal thing, we went as our organisations, as a club from Puma, from the Silver Lot, Vision and stuff. We came separately, but our teams competed as ITF England. So it's a good tryout for our England sparring teams and our patterns teams, just to kind of have a run out and have a little tester for a team. And we did reasonably well. I mean, the patterns, we were a bit nervous with the patterns to start with, because our first round we came up against a team of little girls.
Yeah, about 11, 12-year-old girls. There's more pressure. There's more pressure than another national men's team. Because if you lose, there, it's like, well, they're best on the day, etc.
Yeah.
But red belts as well, a bunch of red belt girls. Try explaining that to your coach. 6 weeks before the World Championships. Yeah, but no, thankfully it went well. We got a silver, didn't we?
Yeah, we lost to a Dutch team. Very, very good, very professional. So it wasn't about the winning. It was just getting patterns. Having a good practice with that.
We say that when we lose. It wasn't about the winning. It was,
yeah,
but no, it was. Yeah, we haven't been doing them that long, and got it together. Like I'm sure most people know, like team patterns is a weird dynamic, isn't it? Particularly for even like when we were doing just Puma squad team patterns, like there's slight variations, etc. Like even from club to club in the same association, you get people from however many different associations. Like it takes a while to get the sync and everything like that. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we've been meeting up. We've had our national squad sessions in Birmingham, in Surrey, and in Swindon. So we've been doing that every week. Well, pretty much every week for the past couple of months or so. And with that, we've been doing extra team practice on the Saturday. We've stayed in the hotel overnight, and now we're about a month away from a competition. We're starting to really pick up the training now and focus on that. But back to the Holland Cup.
Holland Cup.
We had a tryout with our sparring team as well. We had an A team and a B team. We're not. Is it still filming?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're. We were both
technical error. Pause. Play.
We were both in the A team, and we had. I think it was about 9 teams. We came across a Norwegian team. If you are unsure, Norwegian team, they always come in mass. They always have a lot of people coming to every tournament. I think there's a good 50, 60, or maybe even more than that.
Which makes a massive difference, doesn't it? Like your talent pool, as soon as your talent pool is increased, like the standard's gonna increase. Well, it should.
Yeah,
and it does with Norway.
Well, we had a good conversation in a McDonald's with some Norwegian guys.
That was after the tournament. By the way.
Yeah.
Coaches, it was after the tournament.
Yeah, we're also sponsored by McDonald's. No, and we were talking about how their national squads run and stuff, and they're saying the standard over there, even though they come in mass, the standard there is improving dramatically. And I think it was the Brighton World Cup. They won it. Their team won it, but we overcame them. And then who was it against? We were against. We had another team.
It was all a blur.
Yeah, for the Swedish team. And then in the semi-final, it was a semi-final. We fought the Swedes, wasn't it? I think it was. And we won 20-0, so it means all 5 fighters won unanimously 4-0.
To clarify the difference, maybe for people like from other ITFs or independents, etc., like the way this ITF works, which is Grandmaster Trachtenberg's ITF. The team sparring is where 2 people fight. And they add up the judges' scores, so you know, blue or red gets 1 point, and then it's accumulative over the 5 fights as to how many judges go for one team or the other, rather than on the fights, which makes it an interesting dynamic, doesn't it? So it makes it makes things like the draws and stuff like that more tactical. Like I think it's a harder job for the coaches. So kudos to Mr. Lee for doing that and scaring the crap out of me when after I forgot I was the 5th man and everyone had won 4-0 and Mr. Lee reminded me of that no pressure Whitlock but yeah, went out and got it.
And then we fought a Dutch team in the final who weren't very popular among other members of this Dutch ITF. We say come from another.
Controversial, Michael Whitlock. Controversial.
I'm not. I'm just saying it how it is. You know, they weren't very popular in this group. They come from another ITF, but they were the first 2 of our fights we won through disqualification. So we lost 4-0 on the first. We won 4-0 on the first 2, and I was one of them as well. So I was quite happy when he got the free Cam Chamhanas. And yeah, so that's nice and easy. Fight lasted about 30 seconds, which I was happy with.
This is it. It doesn't make any sense. But because several of the fights happen, you'd think that okay, this isn't the style in which I'm fighting is not working for this tournament. Even if it's just a stylistic difference, which is arguable. As a coach, you tell your fighters you're getting disqualified. Like we want to win this. Like stop that and let's play the game, it's strange when kind of people sort of stick to even when they know that style will not win them the tournament, but they stick to it anyway. I think that's I don't know, maybe that's the difference between like sort of championship winning fighters. You know, they've got lots of strings to their bow, and they can, you know, adapt themselves as to which, you know, were the situation or circumstance that they're in. Whereas, you know, if you just kind of that's your style and that's the way I'm going to do it every time, then you know some competitions will be suited for you and others won't be. Like,
yeah, we've been doing a lot of work about the national squad as well. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. We were working on. We were working on getting the final point. So we're doing scenario-based training. So we've gone to a draw, and it's the first point to winner. Yeah, so it's all about getting a final point and kind of doing more kind of sports kickboxing style, doing kind of long range linear stuff off the front leg and front hand, trying to get that first point without conceding, and kind of playing that game rather than taking one to get two. Yeah, we're working on that.
Different ball game, isn't it?
Yeah, and we also did different scenarios when we had it's kind of the last 10 seconds of a fight, and we had one person in the corner on two warnings, so we just need to nudge him out of the ring one more time to get that minus point to get us the win. And we're kind of working on our tactics, and we had a coach there telling us what we were doing wrong. Yeah,
definitely. Like it's, I love the squad trainings that we're doing. Like I learn a lot every time, and it's I think in a way like we're kind of lucky in that we've got to, because of our kind of moving from one ITF to the other and independence, etc. We've actually got to work with quite a lot of different coaches, and you know and obviously you know one ITF is slightly different to the other, etc. And we're kind of constantly having to adapt, you know, our technical and stuff like that. But I think that keeps us like fresh and on our toes, you know.
Yeah, I think the Grandmaster Trachtenberg ITF has become very stylised in their sparring. We've kind of gone to more points kickboxing style. A lot of them, you know, even our coaches have done a lot of points kickboxing. You know, like world champion Dylan Fitzgibbon, he's done a lot of points kickboxing fighting and stuff. So yeah, we're just kind of learning a lot of that, and you know, I think we accept that we've come from a different style, and we're kind of learning as we go on. But there's a few techniques that are alien to me. Like there's you know, defensive side kick. We're used to just kind of driving in that side kick with a knee high and bang. But you know, the changes to getting a knee low and kind of pushing off and getting a head out of the way, kind of without giving any points away. That's kind of new to me. And the downward turning kick, the banana kick or whatever you want to call it, that's completely alien to me. Yeah, but it's all different. It's all different stuff.
This is it. Different experiences, different styles of fighting. Like I think it's a two-way thing, isn't it? Because like having the competing in sort of different styles of sparring, etc. Like it means I think as a martial artist overall, you're broader and you've got a more complete set of skills. But then like you kind of drag almost like baggage from one style to them. Like there are good things that you can take from one style and put them into the next, but there are other things that don't work and you need to cut them out. Like I keep getting minus points and stuff like that for sort of grabbing and different boxing and stuff like that. That's sort of from my kickboxing, like full contact kickboxing experience. So that's kind of a bit of the baggage that I've come over that I've got to try and sort of shed in 4 weeks. But no, like I'm doing it now and it's working. But it's something that I need to be aware of. Talking of kickboxing, I would like to mention Superfight Series. Not only are they a sponsor of myself, they just have some fantastic shows on. I'm really looking forward to getting there and being in that big sort of show environment. There's always a buzz. It's wicked. But yeah, I am a Superfight Series sponsored fighter because of my kickboxing experience. I have a WRSA amateur English belt. I haven't actually been in the ring for 2 years now because of different Taekwondo commitments. Obviously, moving to this ITF took a different style, etc. But before that, when I moved over to kickboxing, I very quickly realised that I needed to work on my boxing, and I did that. Went away and chipped away, and my boxing is far from perfect. It's not, it's kind of nice. It's it was one of those things like in Taekwondo. It's kind of I'd like to think like my hands are sort of at least sort of above average at that kind of level, but. By kickboxing, there are a lot people that are a lot better than me. But it has, for myself, my personal experience, my boxing's improved loads. But with that has kind of come hooks and stuff like that don't go sort of too well with Taekwondo. But yeah, through that, I've got my sponsorship there, and I am hopefully fighting the 11th of July. Which will be good. We'll have more details on that as they come out. But on the 16th of May, they have their first massive show. It's in the SSE Arena in Wembley. I think it's wicked that Britain needs a big show like this to kind of up the ante and up everything, get the exposure for the fighters. They're paying the fighters well, and for the fans. It's just it's wicked. I'm really excited to see how it goes, and the fruits of their labour that I know that they're definitely putting in. But you can check out details of their fights at superfightseries.co.uk, and you can get tickets for their show, as I said, 16th of May in Wembley. And at ssearena.co.uk. They've got several four-man tournaments going on. As we all know, fight fans will know things like prize fighter and boxing and stuff like that. They're exciting, they're good to watch. And there's going to be some, kickboxing version of those, and hopefully they'll live up to the same standard and excitement, and I'm sure they will. They've got two world titles, 77 kilo, Reece Rowell versus Nigel Thomas, and they have the heavyweight ISCA sanctioned plus 100 kilos world kickboxing belt. Two gentlemen that I'm not even going to try and pronounce their names because I'll butcher it, and they're big scary men and I don't want them angry at me if ever they get wind of this. So I'm going to say two great fighters that are fighting for the 100 kilo belt. And yeah, as I mentioned, I should be fighting the 11th of July, and I'll keep people updated. Hopefully, we want to do this sort of once a week to start with, see how it goes, and see if people are interested. And as the details come out, I'll keep you all posted. Talking of fighting and stuff other than Taekwondo, I think there is a fight coming up at the weekend that we cannot not mention. Mayweather versus Pac-Man.
Mayweather versus Pac-Man. Come on, Pac-Man.
We are both Pac-Man fans. Are in his corner. I think a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of the people that I talk to, there's a lot of, I don't know, maybe it's just where we live or something like that. But I think Pacquiao's got the Bristol vote, I reckon. But what's your prediction? How do you see it pan out?
I can't see anything else but a Mayweather win, to be honest.
You're hurting my ears, dude.
I know. Pac-Man hasn't knocked anyone out in 6 years.
It's a big factor.
I think, it's been hyped up and hyped and hyped and hyped. And, the money on the tickets is unbelievable. But it won't be as good a fight as it would have been 5 years ago. I know everyone says that, but
that's because it's true.
Yeah, well, it is true, you know.
Okay, let me pause you there. Prediction: Mayweather versus Pacquiao 5 years ago.
Mayweather.
Wow, still Mayweather.
Still Mayweather.
Still Mayweather.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. How do you see this 2015 Pacquiao Mayweather reality fight?
I think it's just the nature of Pacquiao's game against the nature of Mayweather's game. I think Pacquiao's full of energy and he's kind of an attacking fighter, and Mayweather's a defensive fighter. And being a defensive fighter, I think age doesn't bear too much of a weight as if you're an attacking fighter, relying on your speed and power. And I know he has good timing, good in that movement and stuff.
You could argue about his reaction time as he got older, but he's just a freak that's on that level where, as you say, if it's more kind of timing and magic than anything else. But yeah, I know what you mean. I mean they've both had long careers, haven't they? Been through some.
Yeah, I think I mean, even 5 years ago, I think Mayweather just has the nous, I think, and they say winning's a habit, and he just knows how to win. You have fighters like that. You have them in Taekwondo as well. People who you look at and you think they're not. There's people who I've been. I'm not going to name names, but there's people I've been up against recently. I think I've got the power. I've got the speed. I've got more techniques than them, but they just know how to win. And they just kind of get into a winning habit. And
BJ Penn style, I mean, I know what you mean. You get those weird sort of don't get me wrong. Everyone trains hard. You have to train hard to be an international taekwondo. But there are some people that they do the same amount of training as the rest of the elite level. But they've just. Do you think it's? What do you put it down to? Do you think it's a psychological edge? Do you think it's genetics? What do you think is special about those people that just win consistently, that are multiple world champions?
I think they just know how to win. I just think it's an experience thing and a psychological thing as well.
But you get people that win, and they'll get that maybe a world title or a European title, which obviously is fantastic, and you retire a happy man, knowing that at one point you were the best person in the world. But those people that do it time and time again, and they just know how they even. And stuff happens, bad stuff happens on the mats, bad decisions happen and stuff like that. But they just win time and time again. That excellence is just it's hard to describe, isn't it? It's
go on, name names.
I mean, obviously Suska, 6 times world champion, 20 times European champion. He's a freak athlete. I mean, he works his butt up. It's infamous how hard he trains, but to win time and time again, it's fantastic. I mean, obviously patterns. I think it's easier to be consistent in patterns than it is inspiring, because you've got to do your pattern the inspiring. There are other things that can influence the outcome.
Yeah, I think
there's more variables. I think.
I think some people in patterns. You can be swayed by your own your name. Names count for a lot more in patterns. For whatever reason, people. You'll find that in the kind of local domestic competitions, people who aren't aware of big names, then it's kind of more of an open playing field almost. But once you got that name, then it kind of stays there. I think one example is someone who's on a roll at the moment in patterns is Lilian Doulet from France.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Insane, Mumu. Insane.
Yeah, he's just someone that's just. I think he's just a big name now. He's kind of one of the icons. There may be people out there who can do better patterns than him, but I think he'll always have a natural advantage.
Yeah,
he's just a big name.
I think it's not taking anything away from him. I just think it's a natural thing. Like, the umpires are humans. Like, and you can't be completely objective. It's impossible. Like, there's sway here or there. Like, you take prejudice to the mats and stuff like that. Like, it's unavoidable. And I think once you have that success, like, I think it's maybe easier to kind of keep it rolling a little bit, but and as I say, sort of slightly more so in patterns. But that doesn't take away like that. Those elite, Lillian,
Mark Trotter,
Siska, Mark Trotter,
New Zealand,
like that they do a move like that every single time. It's
in sparring. Go on, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who would you say is the equivalent in sparring? Someone who just knows how to win.
I've
got one name in mind.
Yeah, I've got several. Like, go on.
For me, I'm not sure if he's ever won a world championships, but someone that I've been against. There's a couple of people I've been against actually, but I'm going to name one. And that's my teammate and captain, Zach Espy. I think a good example, for me personally, against him in the semi-final of the World Cup. It's biggest, it's a massive tournament. There's about 80 in that category. And a bit less, yeah. But we had a number of fights to get to the semi-final. And then I came across Zach in the semi, and it's a 3-minute round, and we could see the scoreboard, and he's just one of those fighters that it looks like he's not doing very much, but his cardio is so good, his strength is so good, and he always picks it up in the last few seconds. I was up for, I'd say a good 70% of that fight. Then with 30 seconds to go, he just picked it up.
Yeah.
And then he saw the scoreboard flick to him. Back then, the rules were that you could run around from men on. So he did that, and he's just someone that just knows how to get the W at the end. Yeah. What you can say?
Fair play. I mean, you've got obvious example of Katya Solovey. But actually, young Ukrainian that I lost to, and I know you're thinking I'm saying that just because I lost to him, but I've been keeping up with his doings on the internet, and he is winning everything. He's like I think he could be the next like superstar. But that time will tell. Talking of Ukraine, I mean the first go-to, obviously, Katya. She's just consistently brilliant.
Yeah, her last competition was it was Benidorm, wasn't it, for World Championships? And there's a good video of her. She was down, and I think she turned it around in the last 10 seconds. She just knew exactly what she did, and I think she landed an axe kick or something like that. It's a famous video on YouTube.
If you don't have a clue, like who we're talking about, just, feel free to Google them and stuff like that. Like I'll probably get like a Facebook page up and going for this, so like if people want to like interact and stuff like that, and post questions or anything that people want to talk about, we'll do that. So occasionally, if we're talking about something and you don't know who or what we're talking about, I can post some info or links and stuff like that on it. But I'll let you know next time on that one.
Yeah, and also, we may have, it may not just be us two sometimes, maybe we can invite some other people to have a guest chat with. We'll be very busy in the World Championships. Maybe we could pin down a few of our teammates, a few other people that we're talking about. Some of our friends from around the world we can have a little chat with.
Yeah, that's a good chat.
Yeah, and also on our Facebook, if you want anything you want us to discuss, just give us wiggle your fingers over the keyboard and tell us what you want us to talk about. And if you want to raise, any other further discussions, or if there's anyone that you think has got that winning mentality, then just someone that that just knows how to win, then we want to hear about it.
And for them to tell us how.
How? Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that's just sprung to me is Tim Cool. He's not amazingly quick. He's not amazingly powerful, but
he's pretty powerful.
He is pretty powerful. Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah, I took a front of a few of his punches. Actually, he is.
But I know what you mean. He's got that sort of sparring intelligence, As you said, just I don't think there's much of a better way to describe it than just knows how to win, and can do it consistently. It's inspiring, something to aspire to, most definitely.
Yeah,
excellent. Also, I'm going to have a. In fact, you know what? I'm going to leave that. I don't want to give it all away too soon, Need it to...
Ooh, I'm on edge.
Build up. This is it. That's what they say. You should leave them on edge. So,
it's a cliffhanger.
We'll do that. Yeah, this is it.
This is where the ending music from EastEnders will come in.
Yeah, it's been dramatic. I think that's a good place to...
Yeah, we need some entrance music and some ending music as well.
Okay, I see what I can do. My technological skills are...
Wizardry.
Are limited, but we'll try and do it. As I say, hopefully each one will get better and better once we get input from yourselves, and as I say, we'll keep you up to date, training diaries and all that, but jazz. Wicked. I hope you enjoyed our first episode. What, are we going with the name Whitlock Experience just for now?
Whitlock Experience.
To finish.
Okay, we need a... how are we going to do this? Can you put your...
we're making hand signals at the moment.
We're making a W with our hand. That makes a W.
West side is the best.
This is the Whitlock Experience. Then fly. Bye. You've been Whitlock Experienced.